Ja, du, da, und ja. Ah.
Hey folks, hope you're all well. So much snow this year, jeez, it's like non-stop. Anyways, as many of you understand, I have been interacting with the family Sasquatch since late 2012 when I was invited onto a property to investigate for purported Sasquatch presence. And my previous experience had allowed me to know that from day one. So I've been going back ever since, so this is basically since I think late September, October 2012, that's when this started. So it was, I think it was in 2013 basically, things started getting a little strange, weird. We ended up learning that there was trespassing going on, stalking, which turned into harassment, even threatening letters going to Dwayne's house and all that. So it was in 2015, March 20th was my last visit, where Neff's family, they knew it would be my last visit for some time. And it was actually the first time the big guy showed his 20-inch footprint, 20 by 8 I think it was. As of last year I think it's 21 inches. And that's not Neff's either. Neff's has grown, documented, but over 6 inches of growth on his foot since this started. And which is a first. I don't think anybody's done that. But they've given this, right? There's been purpose behind this situation, which I know through their actions, through telling me to share certain supporting evidence. And anyways, regardless, it was in 2015 Dwayne pulled the plug because of all the bullshit going on. I wasn't really aware of what depth that was going on at until after the fact. And so that March 20th visit, Above and Beyond, that's the video it's called, that would have been the last visit where the big guy showed his footprint and that, and it was kind of a sending a going away gift, knowing that I wouldn't be there for some time. I think it was about a year and a half. Dwayne and I were at each other's throats because he called it a hoax. He wanted this all to go away. And I've explained this many times over the years, but some people, they like to wear blinders. It's like, nope, he said that, so that's what it is, regardless. And they think it's this ongoing hoax for a dozen years. But seriously, you can't fix stupid. It's your prerogative to believe what you want to believe, regardless that you can't find any contradiction or any lies. It's just consistent and comparable with other stuff, out there. The vocals and all that, which I've shown. I've shown similar vocals that sound just like Neff in another country, US, compared to here in Canada. So anyways, over the last couple of years, I've asked Dwayne several times if, he could clear this bullshit up, right? And finally put it to rest. So it was a recent visit. We're on location. We're sitting at a table having a beer, having a chat like we always do. And at one point I said to him, let's do it, man. Let's finally have this conversation. Just get it out of the way, get this bullshit done with and put it to rest. And suddenly from the living room beside us came a grunt, which would have been from Neff. Couldn't see him, but it would have been Neff, even though we are dealing with a family. You just kind of get used to their actions, who's who and who's doing what, for the most part. A lot of family members, I guess they're kind of in the background, just watching and observing, where some of them are interacting, definitely more than others. So anyways, that grunt was in agreement. You could tell that's, it was said bang on right after I said, let's put this bullshit aside and, put it to rest. They sometimes, a marble appear out of thin air when we say something too. It's like a confirmation. Yes, you're right. That sort of thing. You get to learn this stuff after you've been around it for so much, right? So, Dwayne and we had that conversation. I said, it doesn't have to be on video. Let's just throw the audio recorder on and you say what you got to say, and that's it. And then I'll throw it in a video for, people to listen to. And most of the harassment and the stalking came from some of the criminal stalking outside his cottage at night. Some of it came from a lot of it came from an organization called the BSRO, and especially one individual who has been obsessed to paint this as a hoax. But some people want to jump on that bandwagon, and that's fine. That's your prerogative. I put the real stuff out right in front of your face, and you still can't see it's real, right? And that's okay. There's been zero embellishment in everything I have posted over the years. Zero. You don't have to. This stuff is crazy. We're dealing with an interdimensional species. They have said they have different races like humans. This is all in conjunction with the UFO ET disclosure. It's all related, and it's all, kind of unfolding, parallel in how it's, coming to be shown. This situation has been very prominent in the disclosure of Sasquatch existence. It's easy for me to see, from what they've given me. I've put a lot of effort and work into this over the years, as has Dwayne. Basically, I couldn't have done it without him, and vice versa. So, I appreciate all those who have stuck by me and stuck by this, and and believed in this. And it's been an incredible journey that's ongoing. We've never stopped. Like I said, we were at each other's throats for about a year and a half, I think, and I think it was about 2017. We had that discussion finally, about what happened, why he did what he did, and that's when he showed me, some of the stuff that was ongoing with the threatening letters and all that. And he basically said, yeah, I can't shut this off, can't stop, right? Once you experience this, it's basically, it's your life. So I'm okay with that. I really enjoy this, learning about their people, the interactions, and just being exposed to a much greater reality. It gives one hope, and it really shows and exposes the lies. That's why I wear this hat. It really exposes things on a grand scale. You end up having to relearn basically everything. So anyways, these are Dwayne's words, uncut. I have not taken anything out that he said, and this is why he did what he did. So give a listen to this and have yourself an awesome day.
Okay, my name's Mike Patterson, and I have been involved in a situation since late 2012, where I was invited into a property through communication through a YouTube video, and that's how it ended up. And I got invited in to investigate a property after a interview with the property owner and family, son, and I went in there, and I had learned about Sasquatch presence from previous experience, and after that, I had started investigations on the property, and I knew from basically day one they had activity going on. So I'm going to let the property owner, Dwayne, take it over from here and basically explain what happened with my involvement, my initial invite, and we went from there, right?
Yeah, cool, Mike. Thanks. So yeah, it all began with my father waking up one morning, looking out the window with a Sasquatch with his back to him. Had to have a pee like everybody else does in the morning, and
That was the catalyst that had you invite me onto the property.
well, yes, for sure. But there had been other things over the years. But anyways, it was speculative. But yeah, that was the one thing that said, "Oh shit, really, Dad? You saw what?" Anyway, so intrigued, so I went YouTube searching videos for anything remotely close to the area that may have had anything certain or similar experiences, and came across a video from I don't know, somebody by the name of something Smith, and a little bit of a charlatan. But anyways, sent a message to him, and ended up getting a reply, and said he would send his cohort come have a talk with me, which was Mike Patterson. Anyways, so Mike come down to the house, and we had a chat, and we explained what's been happening over the years, and blah blah blah. And Mike came, and Mike was here a few times, and Mr. Smith was with him, and which is a bit of a shady character. Right away, I thought, okay, this guy is a little bit weird.
Smith, not me.
Not Patterson, Smith. Anyways, yeah, so more time went by, some videos were made, and a whole bunch of nefarious stuff started happening. Just trespassing on the property, people showing up. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to be a little devious myself and create a fake account on Facebook and send some messages out, see what I can dig up myself, because this stuff's getting weird. So I ended up sending a message to something Smith under a pseudonym, and he proceeded to tell me how to get onto my property through a back road. It's like, that was eye-awakening, and this was the fellow that directed me to Mike originally. So things at this point might raise my eyebrows, and I thought, okay, what the hell? After that, going forward, there was another individual, what the hell was his name? What's the dude's name that had something?
Prescott.
Oh yeah, a guy named Pisspot Prescott. So he started trespassing on the property. We captured him on video, him and a whole bunch of his buddies. And then things started showing up at my house through mail, through anonymous addresses, and threatening. They were stalking my home and shooting videos of my house. They were trespassing on the property at the cottage, shooting videos. I could clearly tell they were on my property. I didn't know what the hell was going on at this time. I didn't know any of them from Jack. I'm thinking, is this all tied together? Who are all these people? Enough was enough. My dad would be up here alone. He'd hear them rambling around outside the cottage. At this point, enough was enough, and I had to make it stop. So, I made a bunch of posts, and I said, you know what, this is all a hoax. This needs to stop. This is going away. This is a hoax. I am the voice. I've done this all. I've manipulated this all through audio. This is me. This is me. This is me. This needs to go away. This needs to stop now. Things really blew up. Mike and I were at each other's throats.
That was in 2015.
That's when my father had passed away. Mike and I had been apart. Just everything went badly. After the smoke had settled, we had talked.
I think about a year and a half later it took it. Something like that.
but yeah, so anyways, anything that I had done at one point, there was some let's call these nefarious arseholes, uh, Peapot, Smiths. The cottage next to us showed
Bullshit research organization.
the cottage next to mine in the snow had showed several trampled down prints, cigarette butts and stuff. And I said, this is my opportunity to make this stop. Let's make this a hoax. So I opened up the bathroom window and did my best interpretation of Nefertia and tried to make this a hoax the best I could. And hopefully make it all go away and make the stalking, the criminal activity, the threats. I just wanted it to stop. After the death of my father, Mike and I talked and stuff, and we're back on track. And
Have been for years.
going forward, a warning for anybody that wants to come here again. There are security steps in place. If you are caught on my property, if you threaten my family, if you do anything nefarious anymore, you won't appreciate the outcome. And that's not a threat. It will be legally done in accordance with the law. So going forward, for any of you that have listened to my recordings and said that it's a hoax, it hasn't. It's just been preventative measures, and I really don't apologize for anything that I've done.
It's all real, man. It's all real. It's all real, and when you put this shit out at this level, assholes show up that try to screw everything up and take you down, and this is big, man. This is really big.
Anyways, I hope you've appreciated my 2 cents worth in my explanation of what's happened. Really don't have much more to say, but please respect my privacy, my family's privacy, my property. Because if you don't, let's not go there.